Behind me here on the screen is Lake Erie Correctional in Conneaut, Ohio. It's a level 2 open dorm setting prison bought by Core Civic, CCA, a privately owned facility. We have other privately owned facilities and they are completely different than the other 33 prisons in Ohio. Another one is NEOCC in Youngstown. I've never been there, but I've heard a lot of stories and it's exactly like this one. State-ran prisons and privately owned prisons are ran differently, even down to the chow hall. They don't even let Aramark be the ones who cook their food. It's privately owned. But because of that, a lot more people get away with a lot more stuff. I'm saying, such as weapons, homemade weapons, cell phones, substances. You get caught with that stuff here, you get whole time. You might get leveled up and rolled out, but you don't get charges pressed on you. People get caught doing things in the visit room, such as bringing things in. People get caught with huge swords. You might as well consider it not, shanks, swords. People smack people with locks, throw hot baby oil on people, things of that nature. Don't even get time added on. The only thing I've seen people get time added on in Lake Erie Correctional was for unaliving people, and that's it. As far as the other things, they'll put you in the hole, ride you out, they'll separate you from your gang, things like that. That's about it. I wanted to talk about the riding. So behind me is, if I'm not mistaken, that's Ontario CD, my bad, it's been a while. Superior AB. You start out on Huron CD and Ride and Row when I got there, at least, because it probably changed. And I ended up in Superior CD, and it's bad over there. They call it the Thunderdome. Everybody kept telling me when I got there they were gonna put me there because I already had STG stuff on my record. I already had tickets on my record, and they told me flat out they put everybody with records, any kind of gang activity, stuff like that. You get straight put into Superior CD because pretty much they put the worst of the worst over there to try to keep you together. And I'm not considering myself that. I'm saying DRC looked at me and found me fit to get put in there in the jungle with all the other people who were acting up. So imagine everybody on bullshit is under one roof. That's pretty much how they did it. Huron CD was an average regular block though, but there's 3 streets on each side, first, second, third. First street is Ride and Row. So when you first get there, you're on Ride and Row. Second and third street is just general population people. Well, when we first got there, it was about 50 of us. We got off the bus, and as soon as we got in there, the CO literally said, everybody who wants to buy a lock right now for $8, you could do it. Because for one, you need to lock your box, and for two, I'm not telling you to do anything else with it, but what I am telling you is that it's worth it to pay the $8. And everybody starts whispering amongst each other like, the hell is he talking about? Because we knew what he was getting at. He said, don't trust nobody, stay to yourself, be on guard at all times. You're walking out into Lake Erie, I'm just letting you know, we're all standing there with our stuff, our boxes and stuff that you gotta carry across the yard, a metal box with your bag of stuff. And as we're all standing there waiting on them to pop this door, this is what the CO is telling us. Like, you wanna talk about an adrenaline rush and not knowing what you're stepping into, that's some crazy shit. They buzz that door, it opens up, and there's the yard. Boom. We come through from the intake area, walk out on the yard. Immediately, everybody sees us because of what we're wearing. We just got off the bus, so now everybody knows a ride-in's there. This same yard right here. They're all talking shit, yelling, seeing who knows who, asking everybody who they run with and shit. We get into Huron CD, same thing. But as soon as we get in there, it's these 2 dudes standing up with masks on their face. And this was a month before COVID hit. So we knew what that meant. They're just standing there watching. They're letting everybody know somebody's about to get robbed. And I got lucky when I got there because Lake Erie is only 40 minutes from Warren City. So I knew hella people in that block too when I got there. So that was cool because when you come in the block and you see people and other people who are watching see you interacting, doing your handshake, people are showing you love, giving you food and clothes, that shit right there helps you a lot, because it's a blessing, because they feel like, okay, for one, this might not be their first time around. For two, they're locked in with somebody. But the ones who come in and don't nobody do that, and you look like you're nervous and shit, were the ones that what I'm about to explain happened to. So within 10 minutes of us all putting our shit down, you just heard hella racks moving. Like that unmistakable sound of shoes squeaking and metal racks sliding around, making that grinding noise. People were fighting. And pretty much at this time, everybody had that happen, and they were like taking people's shit and doing that, you know. But one of the craziest things that I seen on Ride and Roll was this white kid that kept getting beat up and bullied. He ended up learning how to fight. He didn't know he knew how to fight, to the point where the felons wanted him to be a part of their, you know, their organization, HF, Heartless Felons. And they got the MBK, which is my brother's keeper, which used to be like the white faction. I don't know how they do it now, so I don't want to speak on that too much. You know, being that that's not, you know, I was never in there with them like that. I don't know, but I'm just telling you that anybody from Ohio knows who they are. They're one of Ohio's most notorious prison gangs. HF started in DYS, if I'm not mistaken. Julius Webster, they allegedly said that he was the leader. They even had a First 48 episode on him. You can go look all this up. It's interesting if you're curious about the gang world and whatnot. But there's like I said, my brother's keeper was the white dudes that ran with HF. So it was two big gangs, white dudes and black dudes, that were considered one gang. They ended up recruiting him, and he got a bunch of face tats, and then he started being the one victimizing the new ride-ins. And it's crazy because I literally watched that transformation. After a long time, people would come do ride-ins. He was blowing down on them, beating people up, taking their shit. And just 6 months prior, he was a victim. So yeah, it's messed up how prison could transform people's minds like that. I ended up getting rolled out of Lake Erie. I ended up finishing my time between Lebanon level 3 and Trumbull Walls level 3. But at this time, I was a level 2, you know, before I got in a bunch of trouble and whatnot. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm on my break. I got to get back in here. That's why I tried to rush everything into one quick video. But I'm going to start going back into my prison stories when I get home. I'm going to start doing research on prison things. And I'm going to join this prison talk trend. Until the next video, stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.